I also want to bring in Bankrate Washington Bureau Chief and Economic Analyst Mark Hamrick. Mark, thank you so much for being here with us today and sort of make sense of all of this. And as you come on here, we're learning that it sounds like Canada has decided that their initial retaliatory tariffs against the United States are going to remain in place despite President Trump rolling back his. Again, the president postponing the 25% tariffs on several imports from Canada. What's your initial reaction to that?
A trade war is a trade war, Kana, and we have this combination of certainty and uncertainty, and all those undermine confidence of consumers and businesses, and by extension, investors. And I think everybody seems to understand, although these talking points are a bit jumbled. There's the drug issue, there's the U.S. production capability issue. We can't really figure out which one takes priority and how we measure. The Commerce Secretary saying today they'll be looking at autopsy results in the United States for signs of progress. Good luck measuring that. So I think that it's the delay, if that's indeed what it is, which covers a portion, not all, of these imports, is a little like being told, you have a month to live instead of an immediate demise, and the outcome may or may not be the same. Uncertainty is the problem, as well as the certainty of the prospect of higher price levels and the impacts on growth, which can be negative.
So under the guise of uncertainty here, if the ultimate goal for the president is to encourage companies to come back to the United States to, produce goods here in the United States, how does a 1-month extension add to that overall plan here? And what are the larger discussions?
I don't think it helps much at all. You just simply cannot prop up a steel mill. You cannot grow avocados 365 days of the year. You don't have the capacity to produce all the auto parts that you're currently sourcing in multiple locations. It's just not going to happen in a month's time, if ever. Remember, this isn't the first term this president has had, and these were largely some of his same objectives in the first term, and we still very much live in the context of a globalized economy. We got a big reminder about that in the early days of COVID because of supply chains. Consumers have essentially preferred to have the options for lower prices that globalization has allowed. But of course, there were extremely detrimental impacts on employment and communities all across the country as things like manufacturing, the production of apparel and other things were impacted negatively. And oh, by the way, in targeting Mexico and Canada, for example, on automobiles, whether it takes place now or in the future, simply prioritizes as well the automobiles that are made, for example, in Asia.
Interesting. All right. And while we know the president said he's not watching the markets, you have to imagine many Americans are, especially if they see their retirement accounts dwindling before their eyes. Mark, we appreciate your time. Thank you for being here with us.